Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome to TechNodeFirmaCraft. Yes, I am back on TechNodeFirmaCraft after about 3.5 years of not playing it. And the biggest reason I haven't played it is because I didn't know that it had been updated. So the last time I played was on 1.7.10 and it looked like Terrafirmacraft had not been updated and had no plans to be updated. Well, since then it seems like someone has remade Terrafirmacraft or something to that effect, and so AnodeCathode went ahead and remade TechNodeFirmaCraft for 1.12.2. So yes, I am really excited to get in here and play this. So I have played a little bit as testing, and yeah, we're going to go ahead and start a new world. Now this is Season 4. Yes, Season 4. So we are going to go ahead and do the same thing that we did in Season 3 and use my username as the seed for the world. So we're not going to mess with any of the other settings. We're just going to put our seed in and let's go. So I have to give a huge shout out to Packrat for letting me know that TechNodeFirmacraft had been updated. And yeah, here we are in our world. So start facing a tree. That's nice. So, I have looked through these books. They really are for people that know absolutely nothing about Terrafirmacraft, so I'm not going to mess with that. So, the biggest thing here is we can't punch a tree. We could sit here and do this all day and it's not going to do a thing to it. So, what we have to do is pick up sticks and rocks off of the ground. So, pick these up by right-clicking on them, and yes, just a rock. So, once we get a couple of rocks, then what we can do is go ahead and hold those rocks, right click, and it will open this napping window. So the biggest things that we need right away is an axe and some knives. So this is the shape for an axe, and then we will just do that again, and we can make 2 knife blades by splitting it right down the middle like that. So that's going to give us those, and then we just combine these with some sticks to get our actual tools. Now with this axe, we can cut down a tree, but before we cut down any trees, we want to make sure that we punch the leaves down, because getting saplings here, the only way to get them is to break the leaves. If you break the base of the tree, the entire tree disappears and you get nothing from it. No sticks, no saplings, nothing. So if you want to be able to replant the trees or take the saplings with you somewhere, you need to break the leaves. So I'm going to do this for a little while, get some supplies together, and then I'll come back and we'll look at what we need to do to get going. Alright, so I've got a little bit of wood together, cut down some oak as well as some of the hickory. I like the look of the hickory as planks, but not so much as logs. I've also got some saplings so that we can hopefully plant these wherever we are going to be going. So now we need to find ourselves somewhere to make our base. But on the way, we need to break lots and lots of this tall grass because we need some of this stuff, the straw. And we can craft this together in a 2x2 to make thatch also, which is kind of a building material, but you can walk through it, so it's not exactly the best. Now, another thing to keep in mind in Terrafirmacraft is pretty much every block that is naturally generated in the world, so dirt, gravel, sand, stone, cobblestone, you know, pretty much all of those are affected by gravity. So we have to be really careful on that. But there's a very important thing that we need to be looking for right now, and that's clay. And so I'm going to go and try to find some clay and maybe find some food on the way. We got to kind of pay attention. We're also going to find things like this. So there's some bismuthinite here. So we're going to go ahead and open our map. What? Why? I don't know. But we were in the underground. But let's go ahead. Oh, that looks like it's probably sequoia over there on the top of that mountain. Well, that's pretty cool. But we're going to head out this direction, I think, and try to get some stuff together, but we're going to add a new waypoint Bismuth. So I think bismuth, we're going to make that a kind of this light green color. I think that'll work. And then we are going to pick up these bits of bismuth here, because you never know. We might be able to find some stuff to make some bismuth bronze. And we have it waypointed now, so we should be fine. So yeah, we just need to try to find some clay now. So there is a funky looking fern that grows on top of bismuth on top of clay. Hot springs, we really don't want to deal with those. But yeah, we're gonna head off in this direction, see what we can find out here. More hot springs. And nope, that's just flowers. So we really have to inspect all of these because what? Magnesium? Okay. Well, we're not going to pick that one up. We're just going to waypoint it. So, magnesium. And magnesium, let's make it fuchsia. Yeah, that'll work. So, yeah, I'm going to just see if I can find something. Bauxite. Aluminum. Okay, well, lots of stuff to be found here. See you guys when I find some clay. Well, we have a large, flat, open plain in front of us, which is probably going to be perfect for building. Also, I'm seeing there is a lake right in front of me here on the mini-map, which is kind of nice. But I just found zirconium. I'm not even going to bother waypointing that. That seems like a way late game item. But so we do have a lake over here, and fresh water is very important, and I mean very important. So we can see there's a blue bar down near my hot bar. That is our water, and we need to be able to have fresh water to fill that back up. Oh, and there's clay. There is clay right on the edge of this lake. So that is perfect. There's also some fish in here so we can kill some fish for some food. So yeah, that'll be perfect. Oh, what do we... That is iron. Okay, well, I think this is looking like a good place to start out then. Because we've got iron, we've got water, we've got clay. We need to find some copper though. But I guess we can... Boy, there's a lot of iron here. Look at all this magnetite. There is tons of it. But we need to find some clay copper, because there is no way we're mining any iron without finding copper. Yes, copper, please. Thank you. Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and waypoint this for sure. And where are we? We're right out here. There's actually quite a few lakes out here. That's perfect. But let's go ahead and add a waypoint here. New copper. And we're going to make this... That kind of looks like copper. Perfect. All right, so let's just have a look around here, see if there's any more copper There's another one. So, any more copper nuggets around here? Maybe, maybe not. But so what we're going to do, we are going to take some of our stones, and we are going to make a shovel for digging up some of the clay. So that is made like this, and we'll have our shovel. Let's go ahead and put our stick with that, and we'll have our shovel so that we can dig up some clay. Now I'm also going to go ahead, since this looks like it's where I'm going to be building, I'm going to go ahead and plant these trees up. There's more iron. That's limonite. And there's bauxite. Oh, geez. More magnetite. There is a lot of stuff around here. Well, this seems like a really good spot now when I'm looking at it. So we're just going to go ahead and plant these trees up here, and that will allow us to get started. Was that a boar? No. What are you? A coyote. Okay. Well, that could be a bad thing, but yeah, we definitely need to be doing some... That's titanium. What? This is a great place to be starting. All right, well, let me collect some clay so that we can continue on with what we need to do. and I will be back in a little bit. Alright, got a little bit of clay collected up. So for safety's sake, I came out here on this little island. Now, I know there are no mobs on the surface. They are all contained underground. But there are other things like dire wolves and bears and a whole slew of other animals that can attack us. And so, you know, having at least a little bit of a buffer against them is kind of important. And this is raw mud. Looks like I need a pickaxe to break that, but I've never seen that, so that must be something new. But anyway, so to continue on, we need to make ourselves some stuff. So we need to knap some clay. So with at least 5 clay in our hand, we can open this knapping interface, and there's a couple of things we're going to need to make right away. First off, we are going to need some small unfired vessels. Now these are going to allow us to do storage as well as cook things later on, you know, our ores and stuff. So that's kind of important. We're going to make a few of these. Very simple recipe. The next thing that we are going to make is a water jug. And actually we're going to make multiple water jugs, but that is made like this. And so we're going to make a few of these, and that's going to get us the ability to have something to drink, which is, of course, also rather important. Now, there is one thing in this that has been added since the 1.7.10 version of Terrafirmacraft, and that is temperature. So we can see there's a whole bunch of numbers above my hotbar. Those are the temperature. And basically, we want to make sure that the one next to the little upward pointing arrow in the middle is below 30. 20 would be better. Right now we're at 18, so we should be fine. So yeah, that is kind of important. I think I saw something about a hat, so I don't know. We may look at that later. But now the final things that we need a pickaxe mold, because we're going to need to be able to make a pickaxe out of this. We're also going to want a saw blade mold, and this is going to be rather important to be able to do some building. And I think we're just going to make actually no, what we're going to do instead is we are going to make a couple of bowls, and the reason for that is going to be very obvious here in a little bit. So now we are going to dig a hole right here in the middle of our little spot here. We're going to place down the water jug. Now to do this, we need to press V. It used to be that you could just right click them on the ground, but now you have to press V. So we're going to place down our water jug, a bowl, and then 2 of these vessels. And basically I will just be cooking these as time goes on. But then we go ahead and put some dry grass on top of that, and then finally we put down some logs. Now rain could be a bit of an issue for us, so I think what I'm going to do, I don't like this idea. We're going to see if it will burn in the rain. I don't know if it will or not. But now we need a fire starter, which is just 2 sticks, very simple. And then we are going to try to light this, and we'll see if the fire will burn in the rain. If not, I guess we'll have to cover it up. I'm guessing it's probably not going to burn in the rain. So let's go ahead and grab some logs, and what we'll do is we will build up a little ways above this, place a log there. That should keep it from having any issues. Man, I hope that thunder isn't really loud. I guess I can always turn it down in post. But this should protect the fire pit now from the rain, and we should be able to light this. So let's see if we can get it lit now. Wow. There we go. So now, one thing that we will see is our temperature is going up. And we've got actually 2 arrows pointing up, or we had 2 arrows pointing up. And, oh, the rain effects on the water. That is really cool. So yeah, while I'm waiting for that to happen, I'm going to go ahead and dig up some more clay. Looks like the sun is going to be coming up in a little bit. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Well, we have our first little bit of food. So it looks like there's going to be plenty of fish here for us to eat, which is perfect. So all that we have to do is sit here and smack some fish around for a little while and we're good. So we are going to go ahead and place another log up here because this stuff is complete and we want to keep it going. So let's go ahead and shift right click with an empty hand. That's going to allow us to pick all of this stuff up. And then we can fill our water jug and take a drink, and this will fill us up a lot on water if I can finish the drinking animation. And then we can open up these and drop in some of our resources. Now, the clay, I just want to see here, we can take the clay and craft it into blocks. Can we put the blocks in here? Yes, we can. That will save us a lot of space. Now, I will say, I don't really care for the way that the terrain looked over here, so I was kind of doing some terraforming while I was waiting for this. But we'll go ahead and place all our clay in there, and then we'll place this down on the ground. So now let's go ahead and get the next batch of stuff. And I think what we're going to do is the 2 more vessels and 2 more jugs. Because having extra water when we go out and about is going to be really important. So let's go ahead and fill this up. And then grab our logs, do the same thing again. And then fire starter, go ahead and light this up. So there we go, there's that. So now what we want to do is we want to throw 3, nope, not there. We want to throw it right here. Yep, perfect. Okay, 1, 2, 3 bits of grass. Nope, I am too close. Okay, let's try this again. 1, 2, 3 bits of grass. 3 bits. Really? 3 bits of grass. 3 sticks. And then 1 log. And then we're going to light the block that this is on. Now this is going to make a fire pit. And with this, we can throw our raw fish in here and cook it. So we do have to fuel the fire pit with logs, and we don't have a lot of logs. We might have to go back to the forest that we started in to get that all filled up. But once this is completely cooked, we will be able to eat that. And yes, very, very nice, because we are getting extraordinarily hungry. So yeah, I think I'm gonna just do some axe fishing here for a while, I guess, and get the last of this stuff cooked. We do have some trees around here. I think those are maple, so we may be able to cut some of those down. But yeah, there we go, more cooked fish. So yep, that's what I'm going to be working on. So we have quite a bit of cooked fish, we have some water jugs, and we have our last batch of pottery being cooked in the fire pit, or the pit kiln. So the next thing that we need to do is start getting some copper together. Now I could go out and explore the world and try to find it, but that's dangerous. So what I would rather do is take a ceramic bowl, craft that into an empty gold pan, and then what we can do is click on some of this gravel under the water and then just go like this, and it will pan what we picked up off the gravel. Now it does, I remember in old days you could overwork a chunk, so we're just going to do this for a little while and just see if we can get any copper together. So what we're going to need is at least 10 pieces of copper to make a pickaxe, and I'd like to get at least 20 pieces of copper so that we can also make our sword, because that's going to be kind of important for what we need. And really, we haven't gotten anything yet. Well, let's try. I don't think that it has to be above the water, but maybe it does. So if we place this here, yeah, I don't think that's any different. We're just getting really unlucky here. So yeah, I'm going to be sitting here doing this for a while. So I was doing some work chopping down some of these maple trees, and I decided I would pick up some of the rocks and stuff that were laying around there. And I found 2 rock salt rocks. So I started looking really closely up there, and I found a couple more. So I left them, but that means somewhere there's probably a rock salt deposit, which would be really, really handy. So yes, I have been doing the panning, and I've gotten a little bit of copper. So I had the 2 that I found. I've gotten 4 more. Unfortunately, my pan broke. So that is something that we need to keep in mind. And so, yeah, we're going to go ahead and just get another one going, I guess. So I was getting the copper over here closer to this copper deposit. I don't think that's necessary, but we have the second bowl that we made. We'll turn that into a pan here, and then we're making 4 more bowls right now. So more panning to try to get this copper. So that's going to be kind of a slow and tedious process. Now thankfully I can just sit here and hold right click and it'll just do it. And you can see I just got a 7th piece. So I know that we can get some other stuff here. Silver is one of them that will show up every once in a while. And I believe we can get some other stuff as well. Really right now all that I'm worried about is the copper. So yeah, continuing on with this. So I have never actually gotten that message before, but yes, so this area is overworked. So maybe out here, let's see here, what is it, F3G? Oh, whoops, that was B, not G. F3 and G. Okay, so we are in a different chunk here now. So we should be able to continue on, but we're up to 16 copper nuggets already. So why did that not stack? Whatever. Alright, well, continuing on. Alright, we have gotten sufficiently much copper now to go ahead and start making our tools. So we actually have 42 copper. That was when my second pan broke, but we only need a fraction of this for what we're doing. So yeah, we still have more than enough to make 2 more tools, but what we're going to do is we are going to place this down here, and you know what, actually we are going to go a step further here. We are going to pick this back up, and we are going to add in, we're going to go to a full 40 bits here. And then we're going to make a few more tool heads. So we grab, that's the wrong one. Well, actually we need to throw our, oh, we have some silver. We did get some silver from panning. Okay. But we will go ahead and grab some clay here. And we're going to make a couple more tool molds. And I think we're just going to make another pickaxe and a prospector's pick, which goes like this. So that will give us a little bit more stuff to work with. But so we already have our saw and 1 pickaxe, so this will use up the 4 that we need that's in there. So then we'll just go ahead and fuel this up, and just like before, we will have some completed tool molds as well as a vessel full of copper. So let's go ahead and pick that up. And so what we need to do is right click this, and we can see there's 400 units of copper in here, and we just throw our molds in. They will quickly fill up, and then we pull them back out. So we are going to have 2 pick heads, a prospector's pick head, and a saw blade. So that is pretty nice. Now I did go out and grab some white cedar logs. That's actually what I used to fuel this with, and we are going to be using those here in just a little bit to be able to make to make a little bit of supports. But before we do that, I don't know that this is really going to help. Oh, wow, that does help. Okay. So apparently we can cool things down like that. Alright. So yeah, those are cold now. So let's go ahead and throw those in there. We'll get our tool heads back out. And unfortunately we lose the molds, but I guess that's the way that it goes. But what I would like to do is go ahead and dig a little bit of this stuff here. And, you know, we might as well just combine these all with their sticks. I want to dig this here and just see. So that will give me the block. And it's TFC decoration. I was trying to figure out here if there was anything. We can craft these. There is a recipe for these, but yet we can't do anything with them. So I don't know for sure what the purpose of these are, but I guess for now we'll leave it there. So now the next thing that we need to do is start doing some mining. So we've got that copper vein visible over there. So I guess before we do that, we need to get ourselves a crafting table. So let's go ahead and take 2 logs, make them into lumber. We'll take this lumber and combine it into planks, and then the planks into a workbench. So now in the workbench, we can go ahead and make ourselves some ladders. Now that's not going to be enough to go very deep, but at least we'll be able to do something. So yeah, I am going to do some digging and see if we can find this copper vein that is here. I don't really want to go too high here. Let's see, we still have a shovel for at least a little bit. Well, we had a shovel. So yeah, this here will probably be the best way to do that. We're minimizing the amount of oh, we got to get up on top of this. We're minimizing the amount of ladders that we need to get out of here. So we should be gravel. Great. Well, one thing about it, this stuff would have caved in naturally if it was going to cave in. So we can dig straight down for at least a little while. Alright, I'll see if I can find this copper, and I will be back. Well, I still haven't found anything, but I'm hearing rocks crashing down all around me. So what I want to do is take my white cedar and make these into support beams. And so this will keep the ground around me from caving in. So we put these here and then one across, and that will support all of the rocks in this area. Now, down at the bottom of this column, we actually have granite. And the thing is it's saying when I use the Pro Pick that it is chalk copper. And I also found chalk bituminous coal and chalk magnetite. And this is ridiculous. There is a 2 gap in these ladders, and I can just fly right past it. But so because of that, I want to dig around the side of this chalk and try going in here. And so we're just going to kind of poke around here a little bit and see if we can find anything. So I guess we don't want to be standing on the ladder. So yeah, going to be some prospecting done here. Hopefully I can locate some of these ores because there's apparently quite a few of them. Well, that's not the one that I was looking for, but that's coal. And just right back behind here is the magnetite. And I mean, literally, we are right next to the ladder. So, I mean, wow, okay. Well, we need to find the copper, though. So I tried doing some digging over here by the magnetite, and I started finding, well, just large samples somewhere here. Yeah, large sample of native copper. So I thought maybe I needed to go this direction. So I went this way, and I was still getting very large the whole way. Thought maybe I would check down, wasn't there. So I decided, you know what? We'll just go ahead and start mining. So I came over here and started digging on the coal. There it is, right there. So also we want to click on all of these new blocks of ore, because what this does is it ups our prospecting. So yeah, we've got a little bit of prospecting. At least I think it does. I don't know. But so we are going to be doing a lot of mining right in this area, which is a good thing because I intend to use chalk as one of our main building materials for our base. So that is good. But I think we're going to call it good on this one. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on or anything that you would like to see here in TechNodeFirmaCraft, be sure to leave that down in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye.